going in here. And we have let me do a little bit of movement since the cameras are now starting to roll. And we have the 4 different cameras going. Oh, right, this has a nice, ooh. Not long on the headset. Bam. Now this, up. Gonna have to wait and see if the screen is RGB. Okay. F YouTube. And okay, it looks like we have our, we have our various show logos going by. All right. And welcome, YouTube viewers. And this is the Saturday Evening News with your host, Richard Slezak. We have 9 p.m. It is 9 p.m. here at the John Moriarty Studio, 231 West Bedford Road, Stockton, California. Webcasting over TuneIn, among others. This is the voiceofsanjoaquin.org, and we're continuing. We're going to be going up on a live cast on Facebook, and let me get that going. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. And a billboard will be coming up. There's Betty's show, Sabador Latino. And there's a wingding coming up that we're, here we go. Tell you about that in a few moments. And okay, delete button works, and put up the show title, The Saturday Evening News. All right. And do a little bit more deleting so we can put up the host. HOST. And I am the host, Richard Slezak. All right. Got my name up there in lights. Overture, turn the lights. This is it, we'll hit the heights. And oh, what heights we'll hit. Bam. On with the show, this is it. And liking to know what the weather is, I'm going to bring up, might already be going, up, bam. All right, we got our gonna get the weather report up here momentarily. And to do that, welcome Facebook and YouTube viewers. Richard Slezak here, coming to you live from the John Moriarty Studio. This is the voiceofsanjoaquin.org. And going to bring you a weather report. There we go. And 3, 2, 1. Alrighty, no alert. The only alert we have is from Point Arguello up to the Sonoma County, Humboldt County line. Small craft warning along the coast. Let's take a look at the radar for precipitation nationwide. Western Oregon is getting plenty. Right along Idaho, eastern Washington, plentiful rainfall, snowfall in the mountains. String of storms down through Idaho, hitting Utah and into Wyoming. Also in northwest Colorado. Plentiful rain and snow, snow in New York, Vermont, upstate New York, Ohio, northeast Ohio, and northern Pennsylvania. Scattered showers over Alabama, southeast Texas, and Louisiana, as well as snows and scattered snow in the Dakotas, northern Nebraska, and western Colorado, and some showers in Arizona. Now, there's been some scattered precipitation over the Sacramento Valley and the Sierras. And that's a Doppler radar national mosaic. Now we're going to get a local weather update. And to do that, we got to type in our fine community of Stockton, California. And with that, we give it a go. And up comes the weather at Stockton Metropolitan Airport. And we are at, it is at 37 degrees and what do we say, about 52 minutes north and 121 degrees, 47 minutes west. I'm also the engineer, and I like to keep my screens lit up. It is currently clear and 54 degrees. Humidity's at 71%. Wind is 3 miles per hour out of the southwest. Barometer is at 30.18 inches of mercury. Dew point is 45 degrees. This evening it's partly cloudy with a forecast low of 45 degrees. Tomorrow is going to be mostly sunny with a high of 66. Sunday night partly cloudy with a low of 45. This coming Monday, February 17th, is celebrated as Washington's birthday, although he was born on the 22nd of February. It'll be decreasing clouds with a high of 67. Monday night looks to be mostly clear with a low of 39. Tuesday sunny with a high of 64. Tuesday night, mostly clear with a low of 38. Wednesday, sunny with a high of 66. Wednesday night, partly cloudy with a low of 40. All righty. And we can let's take a look at our audition. And I got my computer set up so we can go, oh, you know what? Let me go get some water. I'll be back momentarily. Fortified for the show. And here we go. We're back at it. And make sure about the microphones and testing. And let's get this beat up on the mic there. And let us get the show going. And to do that, it's another small billboard. And this is 2020-02-15 colon the Saturday evening news, and we have 9:12 p.m. and commencing recorded portion. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, listeners to the Voice of Stockton. This is the February 15th edition of the Saturday Evening News with your host, Richard Slezak. And we are continuing with the Mueller Report. This is episode 30 coming up, and we're resuming at page 103 in volume 2. And let me move over to the big desk. And to do that, we have a white microphone and yellow and blue. And make it, get those going, and let me make the move over. Heading over. Let me take this stool, and hope my computer is back up. It's alive, but I'm going to have to not major, but enter in the password. bring the old microphone over, and as I enter the password. Alrighty, report on the investigation into Russian interference in the 2016 presidential election. The syndicate continues to operate. Yes, I'm well aware that, he's been impeached, and the latest shenanigans are that all the investigations, and there's like 24 that are ongoing, and they're all being like, we're withdrawing funding, back off this all these investigations, and some are just ready to go further with the, let's take them to court, or get them into court, or get them under arrest like the 13 Russians. And we're at 9, 12, addition, start, and just entering what we've done. So this has been unfolding, further revealing itself. It's been pretty public of the Russian and Trump and Russia, and his campaigning for president, and it's like it's not all that much in hiding, and this completes the circle. This is what went on that they've been trying to hide, but this is of what went on in 2016 and into 2017. Revealed 2018, and so I'm sharing it with you now. Well, and let's see, I guess it was, and where's my mouse? Part of the screen is there. It is. And let me pull this down. We're well into this. Again, we're at episode 30. And let me scroll this to see the page number. 47. So we're in volume 2. And this is 66. $97. Okay, we're getting somewhere now. 98, 99. Now, we had done the President directs communication staff not to publicly disclose information about the June 9th meeting. And that was page 100. Then this is item number 3. President directs Trump Jr.'s response to press inquiries about the June 9th meeting. That's page 101. And 102 on to 103. I'll start back on that's at the flight from the G20. Okay, I'll resume at the last sentence on page 102, and we have 919. Trump Jr. responded, "If I don't have it in there, it appears as though I'm lying later when they inevitably leak something." Trump Jr.'s statement, adding the word primarily and making other minor additions, was then provided to the New York Times. The full statement provided to the Times stated, "It was a short meeting. It was a short introductory meeting. I asked Jared and Paul to stop by. We primarily discussed a program about the adoption of Russian children that was active and popular with American families years ago and was since ended by the Russian government, but it was not a campaign issue at the time and there was no follow-up. I was asked to attend the meeting by an acquaintance, but was not told the name of the person I would be meeting with beforehand." And 103, Don Jr., initial post G20 response / statement on June 9, 2016 meeting at Trump Tower. But did not know person by name he would meet. Oh my. Truth came out later. The statement did not mention the offer of derogatory information about Clinton or any discussion of the Magnitsky Act or U.S. sanctions, which were the principal subjects of the meeting, as described in Volume 1, Section 4A5 Supra. A short while later, while still on Air Force One, Hicks learned that Priebus knew about the emails, which further convinced her the additional information about the June 9th meeting would leak, and the White House should be proactive and get in front of the story. Hicks recalled again going to the president to urge him that they should be fully transparent about the June 9th meeting, but he again said no, telling Hicks, "You've got to give a statement we're done. Now, we have we've been flashing it up. The Stockton Marine Corps Club has a fun time. It's a donation, and that you meet up at the Lowe's parking lot, 3645 Hammer Lane here in Stockton. It's going to be on March 14th. It's a $35 donation. They're a nonprofit, the Stockton Marine Corps Club, per person. And what do you get? You get a raffle. Well, you go to Jackson Rancheria. Again, get there about 1 because the bus, I guess, will be departing at 2 and returning there at 9 p.m. But it's going to be a real good time, and you'll be going to Jackson Rancheria. You'll receive a $20 slot play or a $25 match play. For tickets, please call 209-227-8008 or email at oifrdr@aol.com. Again, that's call 209-227-8008 or email at oifrdr@aol.com. Saturday will be the seafood buffet. Please RSVP when you purchase the seats. So, yeah, sounds like a good time. You get a seafood buffet and raffle on the way and slot play at Jackson Rancheria, and it's $35 donation. Continuing with the Mueller report, we're on page... Let me slide down and look. 103. Later on the flight home, Hicks went to the president's cabin where the president was on the phone with one of his personal attorneys. At one point, the president handed the phone in to Hicks, and the attorney told Hicks that he had been working with Circa News on a separate story and that she should not talk to the New York Times. The media reports on the June 9th, 2016 meeting, before the president's flight home from the G20 landed, the New York Times published its story about the June 9th, 2016 meeting. In addition to the statement from Trump Jr., the Times story also quoted a statement from Corello on behalf of the president's legal team suggesting that the meeting might have been a setup by individuals working with the firm that produced the Steele reporting. Well, Corello also worked with Circa News on a story published an hour later that questioned whether Democratic operatives had arranged the June 9th meeting to create the appearance of improper connections between Russia and Trump family members. Hicks was upset about Corello's public statement and called him that evening to say the president had not approved the statement. Oh my. Who's that? Corello. Page 103, because Corello, I think, was part of the defense team in the so-called the pseudo trial that was held in the Senate. No documents, no witnesses. So what do you call it? Corello said Democratic operatives did 6-9 meeting and he's a Trump attorney. All righty, continuing. The next day, July 9, 2017, Hicks and the president called Corello together, and the president criticized Corallo for the statement he had released. Corallo told the president the statement had been authorized and further observed that Trump Jr.'s statement was inaccurate and that a document existed that would contradict it. Corallo said that he purposely used the term document to refer to the emails setting up the June 9 meeting because he did not know what the president knew about the emails. Corallo recalled that when he referred to the document on the call with the president, Hicks responded that only a few people had access to it and said it will never get out. Corallo took contemporaneous notes of the call that say, also mention will never get out, quote unquote. Corallo took also mentioned evidence of document. Hope says only a few people have it. It will never get out, unquote. Hicks later told investigators that she had no memory of making that comment and had always believed that the emails would eventually be leaked, but she might have been channeling the president on the phone call because it was clear to her throughout her conversations with the president that he did not think the emails would leak. On July 11, 2017, Trump Jr. posted redacted images of emails setting up the June 9th meeting on Twitter. The New York Times reported that he did so after being told that the Times was about to publish the content of the emails. Later that day, the media reported that the president had been personally involved in preparing Trump Jr.'s initial statement to the New York Times that had claimed the meeting primarily concerned, quote, a program about the adoption of Russian children, quote unquote. Over the next several days, the president's personal counsel repeatedly and we're at page 105, repeatedly and accurately denied that the president played any role in drafting Trump Jr.'s statement. After consulting with the president, we're on page 105 now, and we look to be having, let me get a good look at the time. Looks to be 9:33 p.m. Keep track of things here. And we're on page 105. After consulting with the president on the issue, White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders told the media that the president certainly didn't dictate the statement, but that he weighed in, offered suggestions like any father would do. So, unquote. Several months later, the president's personal counsel stated in a private communication to the special counsel's office that, quote, the president dictated a short but accurate response to the New York Times article on behalf of his son, Donald Trump Jr., unquote. The president later told the press that it was, quote, irrelevant, unquote, whether he dictated the statement, and said, quote, it's a statement to the New York Times. That's not a statement to a high tribunal of judges. On July 12, 2017, the special counsel's office, then there's blocked out grand jury, Trump Jr. related to the June 9th meeting and those who attended the June 9th meeting. On July 19th, 2017, the president had his follow-up meeting with Lewandowski and then met with reporters for the New York Times, in addition to criticizing Sessions in his Times interview. The president addressed the June 9th meeting and said he didn't know anything about the meeting at the time. The president added, as I've said, most other people, when they call up and say, by the way, we have information on your opponent, unquote, I think most politicians, I was just with a lot of people, they said, who wouldn't have taken a meeting like that? Analysis. Oh, okay, yeah. Page 105. This is 7/19/2017. DJT admits they knew meeting was to get dirt on Hillary. Okay, in analyzing the president's actions regarding the disclosure of information about the June 9th meeting, the following evidence is relevant in the elements of obstruction of justice. Obstructive act. On at least 3 occasions between June 29th, 2017 and July 9th, 2017. Okay, let's get this. 6/29/2017 to 7/9/2017. Obstruction of justice. The president directed Hicks and others not to publicly disclose information about the June 2016 meeting between senior campaign officials and a Russian attorney. On June 29th, Hicks warned the president that the emails setting up the June 9 meeting were really bad and the story would be massive when it broke. But the president told her and Kushner to leave it alone. Early on July 8th, after Hicks told the president the New York Times was working on a story about the June 9 meeting, the president directed her not to comment, even though Hicks said that the president usually considered not responding to the press to be the ultimate sin. Later that day, the president rejected Trump Jr.'s draft statement that he would have acknowledged that the meeting was with an individual who I was told might have information helpful to the campaign. The president then dictated a statement to Hicks that said the meeting was about Russian adoption, which the president had twice been told was discussed at the meeting. The statement dictated by the president did not mention the offer of derogatory information about Clinton. Each of these efforts by the president involved his communication team and was directed at the press. They would amount to an obstructive act only if the president, by taking these actions, sought to withhold information from or mislead congressional investigators or the special counsel. They would amount to an obstructive act only if taking those actions sought to withhold information, mislead congressional investigators or the special counsel. Obstruction of justice by withholding info, that is, emails, yeah, 6/2016. Yep. All righty, continuing. We're on page 105. Each of these efforts by the president involved, communication, but the evidence does not establish that the president took steps to prevent the emails or other information about the June 9th meeting from being provided to Congress in the special counsel. The series of discussions in which the president sought to limit access to the emails and prevent their public release occurred in the context of developing a press strategy. The only evidence we have of the president discussing the production of documents to Congress or the special counsel is the conversation on June 29, 2017, when Hicks recalled the president acknowledging that Kushner's attorney should provide emails related to the June 9 meeting to whomever he needed to give them to. We do not have evidence of what the president discussed with his own lawyers at the time. Then we have point B, nexus to an official proceeding. As prescribed above, by the time of the president's attempts to prevent the public release of the emails regarding the June 9 meeting, the existence of a grand jury investigation supervised by the special counsel was public knowledge, and the president had been told that the emails were responsive to congressional inquiries. To satisfy the nexus requirement, however, it would be necessary to show that preventing the release of the emails to the public would have the natural and profitable and probable effect of impeding the grand jury proceedings or congressional inquiries. And to satisfy the nexus requirement. As noted above, the evidence does not establish that the president sought to prevent the president's substantial involvement. Okay. Let me scroll down the page some. We're on page 106. The evidence establishes the president's substantial involvement in the communication strategy related to information about his campaign's connections to Russia and his desire to minimize public disclosures about those connections. The president became aware of the emails no later than June 29th, 2017. When he discussed them with Hicks and Kushner, and he could have been aware of them and he could have been aware of them as early as June 2nd, 2017, when lawyers for the Trump Organization began interviewing witnesses who participated in the June 9 meeting. The president thereafter repeatedly rejected the I'm just a little out of focus here. The president's organization began. The president expressed concerns that the multiple people had access to the emails and instructed Hicks that only one lawyer should deal with the matter. Okay, 106 and page 106. One lawyer needs all related emails. All right, continuing. The president became aware of the emails no later than June 29th, 2017. The president expressed concern that the multiple people, and the president, we're going on now to page 107, dictated a statement to be released by Trump Jr. in response to the first press accounts of the June 9 meeting that said the meeting was about adoption. And DJT meeting about adoption not accurate, misleading. But as we described above, the evidence does not establish that the president intended to prevent the special counsel's office or Congress from probably obtaining the emails, setting up the June 9 meeting, or other information about that meeting. The statement recorded by Corallo that the emails will never get out can be explained by reflecting a belief that the emails would not be made public if the president's press strategy was followed, even if the emails were provided to Congress and the special counsel. Oh my, we look to have $9:51 here at the Voice of San Joaquin. I am Richard Slezak, and I'm going to take a little momentary sip of beverage. Oh my. Yikes. No, the emails would not be made public if the president's press strategy were followed, even if the emails were provided to Congress and the special counsel. Oh my. Emails not get out meant to public would have been okay to Congress or spec count. I don't think that they wanted them to get to the special counsel or Congress either. The Republicans certainly had not been interested in the earlier Congress. The president's further efforts to have the Attorney General take over the investigation. Overview. From the summer 2017 through 2018, the president attempted to have Attorney General Sessions reverse his recusal, take control of the special counsel's investigation, and order an investigation of Hillary Clinton. Evidence. The president again seeks to have Sessions reverse his recusal. Okay, this is page 107. And what time are we getting to have here? Looks to be 9:55 p.m. And 7/2017 through 2018, Trump wanted Sessions to control investigations. After returning Sessions' resignation letter at the end of May 2017, but before the president's July 19, 2017 New York Times interview in which he publicly criticized Sessions for recusing from the Russia investigation, the president took additional steps to have Sessions reverse his recusal. In particular, at some point after May 17, 2017 appointment of the special counsel, Sessions recalled the president called him at home and asked if Sessions would unrecuse himself. According to Sessions, the president asked him to reverse his recusal so that Sessions could direct the Department of Justice to investigate and prosecute Hillary Clinton, and the gist of the conversation was that the president wanted Sessions to unrecuse from all of it, including the special counsel's Russia investigation. Sessions listened but did not respond, and he did not reverse his recusal or order an investigation of Clinton. Okay. And post 5/17/2017 to 7/9/2017, Trump called, PH called Sessions to unrecuse and then tight on special counsel Yeah. And investigate Hillary. In early July 2017, the president asked Staff Secretary Rob Porter what he thought of Associate Attorney General Rachel Brand. Porter recalled that the president asked him if Brand was good, tough, and on the team. The president also asked if Porter thought Brand was interested in being responsible for the special counsel's investigation and whether she would want to be Attorney General one day. Because Porter knew Brand, the president asked him to sound her out about taking responsibility for the investigation and being Attorney General. Contemporaneous notes taken by Porter show that the president told Porter to keep in touch with your friend in reference to Brand. Later, the president asked Porter a few times in passing whether he had spoken to Brand, but Porter did not reach out to her because he was uncomfortable with the task. And asking him to reach out to Brand, Porter understood the president to want to find someone to end the Russia investigation or fire the special counsel, although the president never said so explicitly. Porter did not contact Brand because he was sensitive to the implications of that action and did not want to be involved in a chain of events associated with an effort to end the investigation or fire the special counsel. Okay. We'll just go on to page 2. And now let's Rachel Brand. And Rob Porter. Trump wanted RP to reach out to Associate Attorney General Rachel Brand and this was early July 2017. Early July 2017. And ask her if she wanted to be special counsel or Attorney General. And no, that's not quite right. Okay. see if she is on the team. Yeah. As in what the current, now 2/15/2020 Attorney General Mr. Barr is closing down investigations or doing his best to squelch them. Alrighty, we have 10:04 p.m. This is the Voice of San Joaquin. I am Richard Slezak. This is the Saturday Evening News. We're on page 107, 108, volume 2 of the Mueller report. And no contact for this was to obstruct justice. RP new. Alrightius. Now, continuing on page 108, McGahn recalled that during the summer of 2017, he and the president discussed the fact that if Sessions were no longer in his position, the special counsel would report directly to a non-recused attorney general. McGahn told the president that things might not change much under a new attorney general. McGahn also recalled that in or around July 2017, the president frequently brought up his displeasure with Sessions. Hicks recalled that the president viewed Sessions' recusal from the Russia investigation as an act of disloyalty. In addition to criticizing Sessions' recusal, the president raised other concerns about Sessions and his job performance with McGahn and Hicks. I'm going to add this. Page 108 at 10:05 p.m. McGahn and Trump in and around the president, Trump, McGahn, no, and Trump. Trump displeased with Sessions. McGahn recalled Trump wanting ways to obstruct. And closing in on the end of the show, going to page 109, item 2, additional efforts to have Sessions unrecused or direct investigations covered by his recusal. Later in 2017, the president continued to urge Sessions to reverse his recusal from campaign-related investigations and consider replacing Sessions with an attorney general who would not be recused. On October 16, 2017, the president met privately with Sessions and said that the Department of Justice was not investigating individuals and events that the president thought the department should be investigating. Ooh! And, oh my, page 109, 10/16/2017, Trump told Sessions DOJ not to investigate individuals or events Okay, according to contemporaneous notes taken by Porter, who was at the meeting, the president mentioned Clinton's emails and said, "Don't have to tell us, just take a look." Sessions did not offer any assurance or promises to the president that the Department of Justice would comply with that request. 2 days later, on October 18th, 2017, the president tweeted, "Wow, FBI confirms report that James Comey drafted letter exonerating crooked Hillary Clinton long before investigation was complete. Many people not interviewed, including Clinton herself. Comey stated under oath that he didn't do this obviously a fix. Where is Justice Department?" On June 29, 2017, the president tweeted that there was anger and unity over a lack of investigation of Clinton and the Comey fix and concluded, "Do something." And Hillary investigate / Hillary December 6, 2017, 5 days after Flynn pleaded guilty to lying about his contacts with the Russian government, the president asked to speak with Sessions in the Oval Office at the end of a cabinet meeting. During that Oval Office meeting, which Porter attended, the president again suggested that Sessions could unrecuse, which Porter linked to taking back supervision of the Russia investigation and directing an investigation of Hillary Clinton. According to contemporaneous notes taken by Porter, the president said, "I don't know if you could unrecuse yourself. You'd be a hero. Not telling you to do anything. Dershowitz says POTUS can get involved, can order AG to investigate. I don't want to get involved. I'm not going to get involved. I'm not going to do anything or direct you to do anything. I just want to be treated fairly." According to Porter's notes, Sessions responded, "We are taking steps, whole new leadership." Whole new leadership team. Wait a minute. Steps whole new leadership team. Professionals will operate according to the law. Sessions also said, "I never saw anything that was improper," which Porter thought was noteworthy because it did not fit with the previous discussions about Clinton. Porter understood Sessions to be reassuring the president that he was on the president's team. All righty. We have 10:14 p.m. here at the Voice of San Joaquin. We are on 1014, page 110. So that's it for episode 30. We'll be back in a few days to share with you more from the Mueller report. This is the Voice of San Joaquin. I am Richard Slezak. This has been the Saturday Evening News for February 15th, 2020. And let me go over to the soundboard. Get this headset back on, and let us get to the audition here. And yes, that's over an hour show. There's my mouse, and yeah, hopefully you'll be hearing this again soon. And that's one of my goals, repeating all my shows. I've been lousy at doing that. So later this evening, you will be hearing some old shows from 2018, from March and April 2018, bringing you up to date on things. So thanks for listening in. And this has been Richard Slezak, the Saturday Evening News. All righty. Let us I can't get any music back going, but okay, for the audience for Facebook and YouTube, I'm going to bid you adieu as well. So there, we have the roving shots, and say a good evening to YouTube.